Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to explore the grand totals and subtotals in Flexmonster pivot table and charts. Let's get started. Grand totals are summary calculations that provide an overview of your entire dataset. It shows you the overall value across all rows or columns. So, here you can see the grand total for each row. And here's a row with the grand total for each column. Each measure has its own column. You can also drag measures into rows to create rows with totals. Let's return to our previous view. If you want, you can show grand total for rows only. Here's how that looks. You can do the same for columns, or turn off grand totals entirely if you don't need them. Now let's move on to subtotals. In a pivot table, a subtotal is a summary calculation that aggregates data for a specific group within a larger dataset. We don't have subtotals on the grid yet, but if we expand the data, you'll see that this row is our data. And this one is a subtotal. Let's see how it looks if we configure it to show subtotals for rows only. As you can see, we have the information for rows, but not for columns. Now, let's try the opposite, showing subtotals only for columns. As a result, we see the information for columns and the rows remain empty. You can add more levels of subtotals to break down your data even further. Now, let's check how it works in the classic layout. In classic form, the grand totals work similarly to compact form. Here is the totals row, and you can also turn them off. However, subtotals behave differently. The point of this layout is a separate column that appears for rows, and so subtotals are moved down. If you choose to show subtotals for columns only, the row with subtotals will disappear. In flat view, things are simpler. You only have grand totals, and they're usually at the top, but you can move them to the bottom if you prefer. And just like in the previous layouts, you can turn off the grand total display if you don't need it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.